Alright, I got all the back track laid. And back in the back corner I'm starting to put down the chipboard that I'm going to use for concrete. We'll paint that up, see what it looks like. And then I'll also ballast some of this track as well. Alright, give you guys a brief update here. I've got used hydrocal on this crossing here, and up here I'm using the truck to simulate I'm going to have a couple of track mobiles, and this is a concrete pad for that to switch tracks on and everything. I did a concrete pad for this rock house here. I didn't do one for the coal house. That's a little further back. By the time I get coal and ballast and everything down, I'm not going to mess with it. It should look just fine. I'm using chipboard for the concrete against this back wall. There are two panels back there, which you can see where the dividing line is for those two, just in case I have to get underneath the loop. I'm using the 1/8 inch chipboard. Works fine. That's about how thick I'm going to make the other the concrete pad, which I got one taped off here, ready to go. Here I've added tabs to this hatch so that the track can be secured to the hatch well, and everything pops out real nice. Add them back there to that one. This back area here, basically you see on the camera now, is probably going to be all 1/8 inch chipboard, and then when I get to the front part I'll use probably the hydrocal. There'll be a crossing here, and then there'll also be the silos indicated by the purple lines there. That's what I've got done so far. I'm fixing to glue this track down here on the front part. I've got everything dialed in, lined up, ready to glue down. So I'm wanting to get to the ballasting and the groundwork scenery on this, so I can get working steady on those structures and all the silos and everything. But you got to start from the ground up. So well, I got it. Most of the structures that I think that I'm going to put on there, the main ones anyway. So I've got a good indication where all the track's going. Alright, I got the majority of the hard part angles covered with 1/8 inch chipboard. And I got a spot there for the hatch. And I think what I'm going to do is, I did a little pondering. I've got some 1mm chipboard, and when you kind of slightly bend this stuff, it gets like little crease cracks in it. And I think what I'll do is use that to emulate the cracks in concrete. But what I think I'll do also is where your typical cut lines will be at, where they cut the concrete so it cracks there, go ahead and cut that out also from the 1mm sheets, and then place them on so that you don't have to scribe lines. The cut lines already be there, and then the shadow should pick that up pretty good. A little wash on it or something. I'll figure that out as I go, but that's the plan for now. So we'll try that little method. Alright, well here's a little sample that I've done of the 1 millimeter thick chipboard. And I haven't weathered the cracks yet. This is still wet. I'll have to press it so it doesn't curl or warp, do anything funny. And then I've got lines. You can lightly see some lines, but I'm going to cut these in squares and then glue them back down, and then give everything a dark wash so that it highlights all the joints and the cracks and stuff. So we'll see how that works. So far it's looking pretty good. Not too bad at all. Alright, what I've done is cut this 1 millimeter chipboard into strips, and now I'm cutting them into squares more or less, and then gluing those down to the top of the 1/8 inch chipboard. So I'm coming back with this, it's probably some sort of a old paper press roller deal, whatever. This one here is for rubber stamps. That's an ink roller. But anyway, I'm using this to roll it down, make sure everything, the glue's all pressed down real good, and well, there's a loading area more or less completed. Still got to weather it. I'll let this dry overnight and come back tomorrow and give it a little bit more weathering. Looks pretty good. Alright guys, I didn't take any video of the next part here. What this is the teardrop part of the bagging facility. In this area I'm going to end up having an engine shed lean-to with a fueling tank and a sanding tower. And I also have another fueling tank for the track mobiles that I'll have on here also. I used the same technique. I did the concrete just a little bit different shade also, so it stands out like they report at different times. Here it is that I've got a wash put over everything, and I've taken a 3/0 brush and highlighted all the cracks and everything that I previously put on into the cardboard before I painted anything. Just did slight cracks on it. Here you can see the good highlights of it, and I did a dry brush where the trailers would back onto the loading dock area. Thanks for watching. I'll have a couple more videos coming out, picture videos more or less coming out here after this one, so stay tuned for 1 or 2 more. See ya.